Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to the Thinking Man podcast here at BBS Gospel Broadcast Station. I'm Robert Mileage, and it's a privilege and an honor to speak to you. And before I go any further, just want to take the time to acknowledge my producer, big brother and friend, our CEO, Mr. Bruce Smith, here at BBS Gospel Broadcast Station. Want to share with you this morning we had the honor of being part of the Men of Color Conference here at Arkansas State University, Mid-South, West Memphis, Arkansas. And just want to share some things with you. I had the honor of speaking with the faculty and staff and met some awesome and wonderful people during the conference. So, but before I do, just want you all to know we are praying for all of everyone that was affected by the fire of Notre Dame, to all of our friends and brothers and sisters in France, across the waters, and wherever you might be, Japan, Vietnam, Australia, South America, Mexico, Canada, here in the United States of America, just all over the world. And we celebrate the fact that so much donation is coming in to help rebuild this icon, better known as Notre Dame. And I hope and pray that I'm saying it properly and giving this proper due. It reminds me of in the scripture when the Jerusalem wall was torn down, and how the people reacted to that, and even to 911 here in the United States of America. I text Dr. Smith and asked him, were you aware of Notre Dame is burning right now, and this is France's 911, and so he chimed in with me and said, wow. And it was just unbelievable. So we want you to know, to all of our friends across seas, that we are moved with compassion, and we celebrate the fact that so many have poured in donations and support of the rebuilding of this awesome architect of world history. We celebrate with you this morning. Had the privilege of being in the Men of Color Conference, April the 12th, of this year, 2019. It was the third annual Men of Color Conference here at Arkansas State University, Mid-South, here in West Memphis, Arkansas. I want to thank Dr. Pope for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I spoke with the faculty and staff, and literally they were from New York City and just around the country, and I'm going to share some things briefly with you this morning, what I shared with them. Overall, out of all I say, I want to encourage our teachers all over the world, no matter if you're an elementary teacher or daycare, listen, you'll never ever be paid what you're worth. And my prayer is in one quote. When you go and teach children, I love quotes. So Ivan Welton Fitzwater said this: "The future of the world is in my classroom today." And we want to encourage not just men of color, but and particularly, I want to stay within the framework of the conference that I attended, and particularly for African American men. I know it's challenging, and women too. It's challenging. There are other aspects of your life that will challenge your dreams, your goals in life, and it could be you are a mother now, or a father, or it could be illness. It could be a number of things. Economics. I want to encourage you to press on, no matter how long it takes. The scripture says the race is not given to the swift, nor to the strong, but to him that endureth until the end. And so it doesn't come without its challenges. And there's a saying in life, you either build your dream or someone will hire you to help build theirs. And there's nothing wrong with that. Here's a statement that President Barack Obama said: "The future reward those who press on. I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on." And so as I was sharing with the faculty and staff, I learned something that faculty defined summer as a time for prepping their lessons for the upcoming academic year, which I believe is about 7.5 months. And the staff defined the summer as the time when the college is open and work has to get done that can't wait for the faculty to get back. And normally staff around our university is about 9.5 months long. And let me say this, as I shared with the faculty, as a professional speaker, lesson preparation, just like this 15-minute broadcast, we try to be as precise as we can, to say as much as we can in the least amount of time that we have. And so it's an amazing journey to be able to do that. And I shared with them, as Strong said, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Facts don't tell the entire story but what need to be told. And so my prayer is that to all our educators around the world, let me say this to you: if all you do is teach to get a check, you're going to find out that life is going to call you on the red carpet. And here in the United States of America, our educational system, compared to the globalization of education around the world, especially in the world of technology and in artificial intelligence, we're kind of at the bottom of the barrel. So it's gonna call each and every one of us, whether we're faculties or or staff, when we interact with the students in our colleges, always remember, it's not about you, it's about them. And as I shared with them, that it is a recorded fact that over 90% of graduating students attribute their successful journey through college because of the staff members who encouraged them, wrote letters of recommendations for them. And I say respectfully to the faculty, those who are working on lessons. It is once said that Billy Graham, while he was alive, that his 30 minutes of preaching was the equivalent of an 8-hour day's work. And when you listen to a marvelous speaker like Billy Graham and others you may think of, Les Brown or Barack Obama, unless you're a speaker, you wouldn't realize the hours that's put into preparing to speak to people. You know, you can say things, but they call it professional speaking for a reason. You're only allotted so much time. So you try to, you have those defining moments, and it was recorded in history that on the day that Dr. Martin Luther King got ready to speak to the crowd at the Washington March, his speechwriter said that Dr. Martin Luther King stepped up to the podium and hesitated for a minute as he was prepared to give his speech. And there was a voice that came from the background and said, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." It was the voice of Mahalia Jackson, famed recorded gospel singer. And as they said, the rest is history. It has been recorded that the "I Have a Dream" speech was an impromptu speech. Wasn't part of what was written. But that was the defining moment in our history, in our lives. And let me say to all of our educators, each time that you interact with a student, it's a defining moment for you, and it's a defining moment for them. I love Benjamin Franklin. He says, tell me and I'll forget. Show me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn. And when you have the heart of students as your thought, this is why I'm here. You know, even to us preachers and ministers, it's not enough to talk to people because that's our calling. You have to love people. You can't glorify God and not love people. Even here at DVS Gospel Broadcast Station, Dr. Smith and myself, we work very hard and tirelessly on the content and context by which we want to share with you. We are responsible for what you hear. We're responsible for the people that sit in this studio and speak to you. And so it's meeting people with the right